Hello and welcome back. I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more of our campaign, the Mamluk Merchants in Europa Universalis 4. So, if you were screaming at the top of your lungs at the end of last episode about how I should not core this land, you should release Yemen. Yemen's good. Yemen is, yeah, you should release Yemen. They've got cores on the stuff you want. You're right. We should do that. I think we're just going to go over the relationship limit and release Yemen after we can get out of this bogus war with the Rasids, which we really only declared so that we could take these occupations from him because he was being a jerk. So, these ships should hopefully be back out there working again, and for the moment, we may actually end up gaining some land, naval force limit, because we temporarily have that land. The pilgrims are safe. Our efforts to protect those of our subjects who seek to perform their pilgrimage to the holy cities of Mecca and Medina have paid off. Well, that's nice. We've gained conquest against Aden because I just fabricated that mission thing there. Let's see, I brought a diplomat back home from somebody. We have lost the effects of trading in coffee. Oh. Well, okay. Speaking of that, how is institution spread looking these days anyway? Just out of curiosity. So the Ottomans are working toward it. 29% in Constantinople. Venice has it. We are currently not friendly with Venice. Let's get Venice's opinion above 0 so we can transfer some across here. And maybe we'll do the same with Cyprus if he has it. He'll have it pretty quick. Could help out a little bit, but... Yep. Alright, so we're at war with you. We don't really want to be at war with you, though. So if you could just go ahead and, like, peace out, that'd be swell. He's been at war for a while, so hopefully he'll just let me out. Then again, were there Yemeni cores here? There are. There's a fair few that he has, actually. How many? 2? Just 2. They're pretty low development. He does have that level 3 fort. We might do something with that. So, but for now, I think I'd prefer to just try to get this guy. Look at him. He's fighting my former enemies. He's just doesn't want to give up. He says, "I'm going to keep fighting those rebels because they're bad guys. You know, I don't like them. They're evil." So, of course, with this zone of control, I'm expecting we can't get anywhere over there. So let's keep the siege going, but let's kind of back off a little bit. I also took the opportunity to look around the map and see like where we're lacking forts. Started one up in Kos. I would have much preferred to have done a coastal fort, but I really don't want to put a lot of forts in this area because they're kind of, it's really bad territory. So I figure, I liked the idea of one in Karga because it touches a lot of provinces, but that doesn't really pair well with where else I wanted to put it. So instead we're going to go for Farafre, which is going to cover this whole region, and then Kos is going to cover these here, and then we'll keep working our way down this way. I'm going to just... You know, it's not coastal. Oh well. It is what it is. That's not obtainable at all, huh? Seriously, like, if you want out, I'll let you out. Also, shoot. Alright, we're gonna have to trust me on this. I noticed a bug in between episodes, and I like noticing bugs because it's fun for me. So Medina, I canceled divert trade from him because he's not really making much trade income anyway. Barely anything that we're really losing by letting him keep his diverted trade. And so I was looking at it, and I noticed that he was in debt. And I was looking at his expenses, which now it's not going to show it. Maybe it'll show... Can it show his previous month's income? No, it still doesn't show it. Anyway, he's paying for a mercenary, right? And the mercenary noise you just heard was my missionary finished converting Yanbu. I checked it. I was paying for the missionary, and so was he. We were both paying the cost of the missionary. And that just doesn't really seem right to me. So, anyway, we're going to take this this idea. Yes, I think. Why not? Sure, sounds good. We're going to not do a mission. And what's this? Traveling Minstrel. Gain stab? Yes, please. One thing I'm curious about. I haven't had the opportunity to experience, to mess with this yet. When you get a half-price advisor, just say a random advisor, and you rank him up, I'm assuming he stays half-price. So couldn't you have like a half-price level 5 advisor? Because if so, that'd be awesome. So... Anyway, those are my thoughts on all that. I'll tell you what, you guys, everyone be supportive. And then attach this army, and I'm going to pull all my dudes off. And we're going to go hunt that army down. They'll just come over here and help out with that siege. It might finish, but probably not. Easier peace deal will probably be just to knock him down to no enthusiasm and And what kind of war score do we even have? Technically, we do control the war goal, so that's nice. And it's worth 5. If I waited a few months, might be able to get a little bit of cash out of him, but overall I think I'm losing money just by staying in the war. So we're gonna go smash this guy's army, and then be done. Oh, he's quick. So gone on the 7th, and I'm already locked, so we'll just go this way. Hopefully he doesn't catch my 1 stack. No! Pursue, sir. 20th and the 16th. 2 maneuver versus my 1. He's just gonna give me issues, huh? Well, like I said, I don't really want to be in this war, so... Why are you making me work so hard, man? He's gonna stack wipe this thing, most likely. Which is just stupid. Why is that worth 2.5 war score? That's ridiculous. You killed 1 regiment. 1 regiment. I'm gonna murder your entire... Every adult living male in your country is gonna die, and you get 2.5 war score for that. This doesn't seem right. I get a massive 7.5. Okay. Fair enough, I guess. My integration stuff all got messed up because we're not integrating it 6 per tick anymore. We're down to 4. Because of sitting on the overextension and then also having lost the Diplo rep from that 1 mission. This vassalized nations mission is not very common, and kind of frustrating that you have to have a slot open to get that. I much prefer the mission where it's just like, improve relations with this guy and we'll give you 10, we'll give you 1 Diplo rep for the next, you know, forever. So, he'll actually give me 28 ducats. That's not awful. War score from the war goal is at 0.4. I don't want to be in this war, so sure, fine. Sound good. Sound good. Sound good. Alright, so now that we're at peace, we can release Yemen. And the main reason I'm going to release Yemen is because Yemen's already got a core in Aden, and if I'm just going to divert trade, I can actually end up with more trade power than having a high autonomy province without having the core originally there. So, sounds good. We'll pay the Diplo points. I think it's a reasonable expense, and they will be the Shia faith. I could wait for my conversion to be complete. Might not be a bad idea, but I'm already sitting on it, and I'd rather... I think just convert him. Or release him now and force convert him. It's fine. He's got cores on, all that stuff. That's cool. We have no truce with Aden. He's very weak. And of course, you're probably going to start off disloyal, if I had to guess. And I should bump some of these other guys up to disloyal as well. Alright, let's disable divert trade for a moment. Here, I don't really want to pay off your debt. I think we just want to improve relations with Medina for a moment. Venice is positive, so we should be getting some institution spread now. Yeah, look at that. 0.2 per month. Sexy. It's going to come in super fast. Yeah, I'm one of the forts to just have some extra coverage for stuff. I don't have an easy way to kill the stupid knights yet, so annoyingly they are damaging this state, and I don't have fort control on Damietta, so it just stays devastated forever. Gaza and Jaffa are both also continuously devastated. So we started a fort in Gaza for now, in Kuz, and then the next one will probably be Farafre, just so that we have good coverage over that region. For rebels and stuff like that. And then also, as we grow in development, we currently need 300, we need 7 forts, and we have exactly 7 forts. But we will need 8, and then 9, and etc. So just keep on building them up over time. Seems reasonable. E7 Mosque. Sounds good. Mosque. Done. I'm going to bring in Warsongali and Mahra. Am I okay with that? Yes, I am. Any other things here? No other things here. So I can't, unfortunately, fabricate a claim on a doll who has a mothballed fort. Would have been lovely. We can do this one. Let's make it the reconquest of... I mean... Doesn't really matter, does it? Faster ticking war score on Damar, I guess. Talented Judge. Aleppo area gets Talented Quadi, local construction and state maintenance reduction, or a skill 3 philosopher, yearly prestige +1. I think we already have a yearly prestige is in this category, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, we already have a half price level 3 guy. So he is getting old, 45. He could die soon. I think I'm just gonna go with that one. I want to go easy on advisors for a little while. Crap. Bastards. Bastards. See, this is what happens when I try to play on speed 4 and do my wars at speed 4, is to just make mistakes with stupid armies that are getting picked off by stuff. Just annoying. Much prefer to treat it like a turn-based game. But no. Gotta try to make this campaign not, like, too fast, but it needs to not be a dragger. We could use another general. This general's name will be what? That's right. You know, if you want a good general, the key is you need to name him something good. He needs to have a good name. Like, apparently this is Reddit's new favorite name for generals. At least I saw it at one point. General McGeneralface. And when you do that, it naturally gives you good luck. I mean, did you just see that? Now, bear in mind, we're 12, 15 minutes into a video, so you know this isn't like saves coming or anything here. This is just, that's just what happens. You name a general, General McGeneralface with 43.8 army tradition, and you get a 2423. How sick is that, man? That is sick. Which means that we can take our other guy and have him go and do some drill, because whatever. Can't get to Warsangali, so just march some more troops around then. And in the meantime, Medina's kind of being a jerk. Let's improve relations with him. Let's also improve relations with Yemen as well, the new guy. We'll steer clear of too many of these marches at the moment, because I don't want them to kind of be permanent, annoying relationship slots. It'll be a long time till I have diplomatic ideas, so... I prefer for him to just be loyal for now, because I don't want the other guys to become disloyal, or for my my enemies to maybe start supporting their independence or something. Hijaz, why don't you do something else? Go and be siege focused. Medina's nearby and loyal, be siege focused. And Yemen, you can be supportive. Huddle, doesn't matter, because he's not in the war. We're back to trading in coffee. Cool. That could just be something as simple as those ships every now and then not being able to join, even protecting trade. Feudal society, have at least 5 different vassals at the same time. You know what? If I didn't have that march, I'd actually have that one satisfied right now. But I do. Embrace the Renaissance. Control centers of trade. Humiliate a rival. How have I not humiliated a rival yet? I feel like that's something you do at the very beginning of the game, just to get that one out of the way. You know what we need? We need the Suez Canal so I can get my whole navy over here and just blockade all this stuff. That would be swell as well. Aha! I'm a poet, and I don't even know it. Right? I do need to pay close attention to one of these things. The Dominance of the Clergy, I think, is scheduled, yeah, August of 63. And we don't have a modifier dropping off until 64. So we're going to have to piss them off for a little bit. The Duke of Burgundy has died. He's inherited all the things. And it's going to go to Milan? What? What is up with this game? Milan got the Burgundian inheritance. How is that possible? So the Emperor didn't get it. Obviously the French took the French cores, but Milan? Really? We got Albania, who didn't die. Although he is occupied by Epiroti separatists. Crazy. Ethiopia's being a jerk. Apparently we do now have military access through the Rasids, which means this guy is working on that capital. Cool. I'll just go hunt down some of these other smaller armies if I can. 28th, 26th, sure. It's mountains, but he's leading. We have a wider army. We have a better leader, probably on better tech. Aiden's on 5 to my 5. It's fine, just go fight him. It'll do fine, well enough. Oh, that's right. We're not playing the Common Universalis mod anymore, which had it added back in the narrower combat in mountains. I'm not used to this massive combat width in the mountains. He's like, nah, I don't want to get involved in that. End of the War of the Roses. Ruthless. You know what I want? Here's what I want, Paradox. I want to just be able to, like, right-click on that army and just say, follow that army. Like, and you should be able to do it not even as just like an offensive thing. It should just be, you know, I'm a derpy AI, and they basically have this ability. This general will decide, I'm going to go and attach to this army. And they follow it until they get connected, and then they attach. So you should be able to attach an army to another army, even though they're not in the same province, and then they'll just move in the fastest direction they can. Maybe they do one recalculation every province movement or something, and just hunt it down, you know? And if you have higher maneuver, it should be so easy. It'd be so much easier to chase down armies when the AI is being all cheaty with the fact that they know how easy it is to move to every single province ever. Wouldn't it be nice to know the exact cost in time for every single province move? Alright, so that's cool. So we didn't need this many men here, and we just suffered a disease outbreak on like 12,000 troops. Sweet. That's cool. That's what I wanted. What I was hoping for. Let's go down to just the infantry. March to the 1st. It's decent. There's plenty of loot to be had there, too. Yeah, we'll get those cav over there, try to get a little bit of cash. We're not making very much money right now. I feel like as soon as I can... Seriously, he is that fast. I hate this area. This region is so slow. Stupid desert. So, only one level 1 fort there. War Songali is really staying out of this war. We're still playing like Ring Around the Rosie here, and it's just so dumb. I just don't want to do it. I want my army to just chase that army and kill it. Wouldn't that be swell? So with a 1 level 1 fort, I'm expecting that Mare is going to want out pretty early. The thing is, I kind of want to finish the annexations of the current guys and then get caught up on Diplotech for the trade efficiency, because we're a trade nation. And I also want to wait until we have Scientific Revolution completed before we take the next tech as well. So I don't really want to take a bunch of land from this guy without claims. I am leaning towards just piecing this guy out. So, we can stick around, we can just kind of wait. Social mobility. Merchant guilds gain influence, and we get new men, advisor costs. Ooh, a lot of penalties there. Lose tradition and lose admin points. I think this is the better of the choices, although losing loyalty with the burghers is really kind of not fun. Well, the emirs have been pissed off since the beginning of the game, so is it really that big of a problem if they stay pissed off a little bit longer? And the Ulema, I don't really like the idea of pissing them off, but I guess we'll go that way. And now we definitely need to revoke a province from the burghers, which was going to be Hama, Inlands, and I'm just going to do it now, because I'll probably forget otherwise, and they were ticking up a little while ago. I don't want them to tick more than 1% per month. Mosque is complete. Yay. Money. My army can't catch his army to save its life. Please, please, just catch the army. Pick a mountain, man. Alright, so one of them got like white flagged. Zabid. Are they actually retreating across the strait? There's no other land here that's not like that's controlled by them. We didn't get that other province occupied, but You are not interested in giving me war reps. Your war reps aren't that important, really. Alright, we're gonna grape siege leader over there, help him out. You are allowed to attach to that army, yes. And, that'll work out just fine, I think. This army's probably no longer drilling, because I've been pulling leaders everywhere. Let's hire another general. I feel like I want to have one general always training dudes, because I want to get my professionalism up. I've never had a campaign. This is my first real campaign, in this patch. So I would like to see what it's like to get to 100 army professionalism. And he is a... Well, I mean, he has a fire value. No stabby, no shock. Whatever. Maybe we'll drill it into him. Too many leaders. What? Oh, I am not... Oh god, now there's a crusade against him. I am not used to this not having the capacity for leaders. I played a little bit too much of that mod. That mod that lets you have 100 leaders because it makes sense. You should be allowed to have leaders in a country. Wait a second, that's wrong. That's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. I just tried to convert those to his religion because he's Shia. We don't want that. No, sir, I think we want you to eventually embrace our religion, which we're going to do when probably at least one of these other guys disappears. So... Okay, in the meantime, you can probably embargo my rivals. Nah, it's too close. Alright, cool. We'll take a break here. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'll see you in the next episode. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.